Today I'm back playing Planetside 2, I would say finally. I've been covering some other games recently, so I decided now to try out a playstyle and setup for the first time when it comes to playing as an infiltrator that a lot of people dislike in Planetside 2. Myself included actually, before I tried it out myself at least. If you have been watching my former Planetside 2 videos, you might know that I'm very much into sniping. And I've been doing a series on my channel that is called Planetside 2 Aggressive Sniping, where I place close quarter using various snipers. Since I usually main more or less as a sniper in all shooters, it felt natural and also fun to see if it was possible to play up front as an aggressive sniper in Planetside 2 as well and do well, since the majority of snipers in the game play with a bit more distance between themselves and the enemy, meaning taking shots from a distance. With that said, I felt that it wasn't too big of a difference in my approach and movement style when changing the sniper rifle into a SMG and pistol instead, as I'm using here in the video. Because when playing as an infiltrator close up to the enemy or even behind enemy lines, I believe movement is definitely a crucial thing. Because if you get spotted, it's usually better to run away and let your camo come back in full strength and then try to find another path or angle or even another target. The approach I took in this video was a mix of both trying to stealth my way to the side of the enemy or even behind them in order to get some more surprise kills, but I also played with my squad pushing sometimes, almost as if I was a heavy assault or another kind of soldier type, but with the ability to sometimes get into cloak. This is maybe not the best or most effective way to play as an infiltrator, since you're mainly looking for kills, being almost a lone wolf, taking advantage of the terrain and your cloak ability. However, I'm too much of a team player to let go of the idea of not capping an objective or two as well, even when playing like this. My setup isn't optimal either, at least not yet, since I also would like to have, for example, an implant called avoidance, since your movements then no longer trigger anti-infantry mines and you're no longer targeted by Spitfire turrets. Could be pretty good when passing a turret using cloak and getting ready to kill the engineer next to it. I'm also using a laser sight on my SMG, which of course is seen when shooting and not being cloaked, but I find it to be pretty helpful even so when moving as I am shooting, meaning shooting from the hip fire. There's also different variations to choose from when it comes to the actual cloak, and I'll start looking into that as well a bit more, since I really haven't changed that much in my infiltrator sniper classes when it comes to cloak in quite some time. As always, if you have any tips or general thoughts about this kind of infiltrator class or playstyle, meaning using a pistol, knife, or as in my case an SMG, please let me know in the comments. It's interesting to see other players' behavior and playstyle from the perspective of being a close-up infiltrator, especially at one point where I was patrolling a mountaintop, you might say, and several enemies was moving around in this area. Because even when I play as a sniper taking a few long shots, I'm always aware and I'm also cautious when checking my surroundings. Because again, there could be an infiltrator close to me. It also means that I usually don't stay too long in one spot, which might be good advice overall. But some of these guys kept coming back to the same place more or less over and over again, even though I had killed them multiple times at the exact same spot. It's kind of interesting when it comes to the experience and behavior we all have and how we use it, right? When I started to play Planetside 2 some years ago, I was quite frustrated to get killed by infiltrators, but with time, especially since I've spent quite many hours by now playing as an infil sniper, I have become much better to spot the infiltrators both by sound, cloak on, cloak off, but also visual wise. I've always thought that playing as an infiltrator with a pistol or SMG as an example would be a pretty easy thing to do, and also a bit of a cheesy kind of playstyle, if I may say so. Well, as with most other classes though in the game, it does take time to become good at this style of playing as an infiltrator as well, and I can also see how it can be useful in order to counter some other classes in the game. However, I still believe that it takes some more overall skill to do really well just using a bolt sniper or bolt action sniper playing aggressive compared to the weapons I'm using today in this video as an infil. I had an easier time getting longer streaks using the SMG or pistol compared to moving around with a sniper rifle, which kind of makes sense. But just by trying this way of playing the infiltrator class, I do have more respect now for those guys that main this playstyle and that has also become really good at doing so. because I have to add that I did have quite some fun playing a bit sneaky peek and getting a kill or two and then moving on to my next target. Which also once more reminds me that there's many ways to enjoy a game such as Planetside 2. So will I continue to play this game as an infil or this kind of infil playstyle? Most likely now and then, yes, even though, as mentioned earlier, the biggest kick for me is still when I get off with a sniper in close quarter combat. But again, this was a refreshing experience and I will definitely continue to do it as well. And I would love to hear from you, as mentioned earlier. Feel free to make a comment when it comes to your Planetside 2 experiences, maybe as an infil, what do I know? And I also want to say thank you for watching, and if you're new to my channel and you would like to see more FPS gaming, since I do cover a few games now and then back and forth, I keep an eye open also for new stuff. Make sure to subscribe, yes, and turn on the notification bell so I can talk to you soon in another video. Yeah, once again, thanks for watching, take care and have a beautiful day. Later.